we will be learning how to find an equation of a quadratic from a table. And here we have a table of a quadratic function, and this is how a quadratic function is written in standard form. So we have a table here. What do we do first? Well, we find the first and the second growth. So what are they? From 160 to 210, we increase 50. And from 210 to 240, we increase 30. And from 240 to 250, another 10. And now we start decreasing. We decrease from 250 to 240 minus 10. So what is the second difference now, which is what we're interested in? Well, from 50 to 30, we minus 20. We subtract 20. Minus 20. And from 30 to 10, we also subtract 20. And from 10 to negative 10, we subtract 20. This is the second growth. And with having a constant second growth, this is a quadratic function. We just proved that this is quadratic. We're not interested in that. What we're interested in is this a value here, the coefficient of x squared. The coefficient of x squared, a, is equal to the second growth, which is negative 20, divided by 2. So the coefficient of x squared, a, is negative 20 divided by 2, negative 10. So we just found the first part of our function. F of x equals negative 10 x squared plus bx plus c. And how do we find b? Well, to find b, we first have to find what c is. C is the constant. C is also the y value for the y-intercept. So how do we get to there? Well, we just start going back. Let's put 1 here and 0 here. Now let's start going back. How do we go back from 160 to the previous number? Well, we know that the second growth is negative 20. So we have to have a number here going from this one to this one, and going from this one to this one, minus 20. So we can do from this value here, going to this one here, we subtract 20. So what is the opposite of doing that? We add 20. So 50 plus 20 is 70. And going from this value here, we add 70 to this one. And what is the opposite of doing that? 160 minus 70, which is 90. This same process can be repeated for finding the x equals 0 value. Well, we also know that the constant, well, we're just going to go back now. What is 70 plus 20? 90. And what is 90 minus 90? 0. And we just found our xy intercept, which is 0. So now we have another part of the function, 0. And what do we do to find the x? Well, let me show you. So now we have this part of the function. We're just missing finding the b. We also know that the f of x is basically the y value. This thing here is the y value. So how do we solve for this? Well, we solve for b. And how do we do that? Well, we plug in a number, a point, rather. So let's plug in point 160 and 2. Well, 160 is the y value, and we equal it to negative 10, 2 squared, plus 2b. 0 plus 0 was the same thing as dividing by. So now we just solve for b. Now what would it be? 4 times negative 10 plus 2b. What is negative 40? Oops. Negative 40 plus 2b equals 160. Now we just start going backwards and solving. Add 40 here. This cancels out. We add 40 here. This gives us 200 equals 2b. And we keep solving for b. 2b divided by 2 is just b. And 200 divided by 2 equals 100 equals b. We just finished finding the b value, which we found out to be 100. And well, now we just have our function, which is f of x equals negative 10x squared plus 100